Good morning. Another beautiful day here in New Jersey. So today we're starting our day. We're going to do a warehouse that we got, an account that we got earlier during the week. We're going to be doing this. We got all the equipment, which is the RTUs. These are the rodent treatment units. Basically not traps. A lot of people get these confused with traps. They're not traps. For those that are not in the business, these are stations for poison, basically. RTUs, rodent treatment units. And then I have the flat traps. These are the actual traps. Again, these metal ones. So we'll be putting the larger ones on the outside perimeter, small ones on the inside perimeter, and then these flat traps go inside the warehouse. These guys are pretty neat. Again, they're pretty easy to open. First of all, this is it comes with a special key. Press in, and that's it. Pops up. And the neat thing about these is these are the outside ones. They're designed. They have a little slab, a cement slab inside. Basically, is to weigh it down, so we don't have to tether it. You don't have to tie it to. I see a lot of these things are other manufacturers. You have to tether these to the wall, to the ground. These, because they have the rock inside, they're pretty stable. So if you get rain or large animals, it's a little tough to move around because they're heavy. These don't have that. These are, again, they're open, they're light. These they're nicely designed, so you can tuck them away in a lot of different places. I've already baited all my RTUs. I've already done that. I put the bait. I put some dry bait, some moist, some what they call the soft bait, and each of the RTUs also has the information card. That card is important because if you get a city inspection, to do an order or something like that, they're going to want to see that's the name of the company, phone number, and the type of chemical poison the rodenticide that we're using inside. I've also taken some time to label. You see, I did that also. Labeling is important when you're doing a warehouse because you're going to need to keep track where your equipment is. I have a diagram indicating where each of these rodent RTUs are going to be, and then we'll place them accordingly to those spots. All right. Lastly, is the traps. The traps are, again, these are one-way doors, also labeled. I already took the time to label them. And when we, if I don't have the glue boards done yet, they're not inserted yet, but I have them ready. They're here. Once we get there, we'll peel the paper off, and we'll put each of these traps we'll get one. All right, so we're going to be doing this install this afternoon. Hopefully, we'll record as much as possible. I hope you guys like the content. If you like what you're seeing, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and stick around. You're going to see how we're going to do this. Okay. Here we continue placing the RTUs around the perimeter on the outside, and so we'll put them in places where
They're not going to be touched. They're basically tucking them out of the way under staircases like you see here. Also near doorways, near entryways, doorways, the bay doors, anywhere the rodent may try to access the building would be a good idea to put the RTUs.
Alright, so we did the outside perimeter. Now we're going to be setting up inside. We're going to set up the traps as indicated on the graph that we drew out for this warehouse.
Okay, so here we're placing all the traps in the doorways in the inside perimeter of the warehouse. Again, just like we did the RTUs outside, the traps go on the inside of the building, and we put them also near doorways or places where we think the rodent may try to access the building.
Okay. It's been so easy. All right, so we sprayed a little bit. You can see the nozzle. I adjusted the nozzle so it could be a little more coarse, so we can get the spray gets a little heavier. And I do that when we're spraying outside, so we can get a little bit more solution out, since we're doing the outside perimeter. Make sure we do around the windows. There's a lot of cracks in this foundation. So that's why they're getting inside. The ants don't need much space. Seems to be a lot of cracks around the windows and the foundation, so that's how they're getting into this room here.
Wow, wow. Ba-da-do-do-da. Ba-da-dee-skee-dee-doo-dee-dee-doo-dee-dee-doo-dee-da-dee-da-doo. Fla-sa-dee-dee-da-doo-dee-dee.
Hey everybody, thanks a lot for sticking around. Well, today we started our day around midday. We set up a warehouse. It's a new customer. We set up the perimeter outside the warehouse with RTUs, rodent treatment units, and we put a couple of treatment units inside as well. And we also did the inside perimeter. So we put traps around the doorways. We'll be checking that place out as we go along. We're going to be doing that monthly. And again, I'll set up with the rodent side on the RTUs, the rodent treatment units, glue boards on the traps. Again, it's an empty warehouse, so right now we're just it's in place right now, so that as a preventive until they move in the actual product, and we'll start monitoring it as we go along. We also went on to we did a perimeter treatment outside the house in the basement of a property, but they were getting ants into one of the rooms of the house. It's an older house, a lot of cracks in the foundation, around the windows, around the doorways. So there was a lot of entry points for the ants to get into the house. But we went heavy on the outside with that treatment. And this evening we finalized with a building. That building, it's in good shape overall, with the exception one or two apartments in the whole place. It's got about 14 apartments, but like 2 of the apartments are we're still having issues with roaches. There's some issues roaches are particularly tough to deal with. Sanitation sometimes is the issue. In this place, particular place, they've had issues with there's some leaks that have been repaired, and it's still not working so well. So when you have constant moisture and sanitation, you have a combination or either or. It can cause a problem in getting rid of the roaches. So we've been battling the roaches in one of the apartments. It's gotten better, believe it or not. So the activity is getting less, but we left glue boards last month in one of the apartments, and then this month is less. What you're getting this month are the hatchings. That means we're almost at the tail end of it. Those are probably all the eggs that were left behind that we saw at the glue board. So hopefully next month we should see a huge decrease in the population in that apartment. And once they get that repaired, with the leaks, and they fixed the counter, which is all soaked still, they might get rid of the problem altogether with the roaches. Again, if you like what you're seeing, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And again, thanks a lot for sticking around, and we'll see you again tomorrow.